Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a short swatch video of one of the newest foundation shades that just came out with the shade expansion of Rihanna's line Fenty Beauty. So if you want to see what that shade looks like on me, stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am trying to do a two-camera thing here, so that's why sometimes I'm going to be looking straight at one camera and then switching to the other camera. So, I'm excited for this. Everybody, once they found out that Fenty was expanding their shade range, people started buzzing, and we found out just after Christmas, and we've had to wait a few weeks. So, Fenty just continues to shake up the beauty game, the beauty industry, especially when it comes to foundations. They have now gone from 40 to 50 shades. So there are now 50 shades of foundation, and she has also brought out a brand new corresponding line of concealers. So these concealers, again, 50 shades of concealers, same numbering as the foundation, but the concealers all promise to be a little bit lighter or have slightly different undertones, so you can either brighten or color correct using the concealer. So if you have a particular shade in the foundation that that corresponding number is going to be slightly different in color to the foundation, because it's supposed to complement the foundation. So Rihanna added 10 new shades, including at least three shades in the 400 range. Now I am in the 400 range. I am currently 440 in her foundation, and I picked up foundation shade 445. Now 440 is listed for people with deep skin and warm undertones, and 445 is listed people with deep skin and warm olive undertones. Now I consider myself more of a neutral. When it gets warmer, when I'm exposed to more sunlight, I do tend to get a little bit more red undertones. But I'm not super red, which is the issue that you find with many darker foundations, that they go very head on the red pigment. And I'm not super yellow either. I'm just in between, slightly favoring a little bit of redness. But I definitely wanted to give this new foundation shade a try, just to see if it is a good complement to my skin, if it's a better shade match, whatever. Now, before I get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell, and sign up for my email newsletter. Everything will be listed down below in the description bar. So, people have been excited. I've watched tons of videos at this point already about people trying this new foundation. And in addition to the foundation and concealer, Fenty also brought out a new setting powder range. 8 translucent colored setting powders, from lavender to a shade that they call cocoa, which is meant to be for the deepest of skin tones. I haven't picked that up yet. I am not a big powder person because I have very dry skin, so I tend not to powder, especially when the weather is colder. Now, before I show you what this foundation looks like, I just want to say that I have already heavily moisturized my face. I have nothing on my skin right now except for my eyebrows. I just fill them in a little bit because, they're kind of a little sparsy looking. And so I have very heavily moisturized skin. If you want to see a skincare routine, because I've been picking up a few new products to try out on my skin, just leave a comment in the comment section, right? And this foundation is a soft matte foundation. So people with dry skin, I tend not to use very matte foundations unless I very heavily moisturize my skin. So that's one key to wearing this foundation if you have a drier skin tone. If you're oily, you probably wouldn't need to moisturize as much, but you definitely still need to moisturize your skin. I also don't powder my skin because of the dryness. If you have oily skin, if you have areas of your skin that tend to produce more oil, especially as you go along during the day, make sure you set those areas with a powder. Again, Fenty has the color translucent powders, 8 shades, as well as their invisible matte powder, which is a translucent powder, but it's white. So I don't have that as yet. I probably won't pick it up, but I'll see how I feel. If it comes out in a travel size, I'll consider picking it up. Now, I did not buy this new shade of 445 because I wanted to try it out, because I found with this brand you definitely have to experiment with different colors, because the shade that you have in your mind may not actually be the shade that you end up being, which is what happened to me when Fenty first came out. I thought I was around 470, 480, and you know, you see me putting on this foundation and it was actually way too dark for me. So I just got a sample of it. I do have my 440, but basically I wanted to try 45. So I got a sample from Sephora. It's a great way to try the product without committing to it. And yeah, so let me go. So I am just going to use my finger, because my fingers are clean, and I just want to see what that looks like on my skin. So it looks a little bit lighter, but one thing I also would recommend, this product you definitely have to wait until it dries down on the skin. And I know a lot of people think it's oxidation that you're seeing. That's not oxidation. The product is not on your skin long enough for it to oxidize. What you're seeing is the dry down. It's the same way when you paint your walls or you wear a wet t-shirt. The color of the wall of the t-shirt looks different when it's wet to when it's dry. So you definitely want to hold off on your opinions until the product has fully dried on the skin and you can see what it looks like once it's settled into the skin. So I'm using my finger here because I love using my fingers to apply foundation, especially if I want to maintain a very natural look on the skin. I'm not one of those people who look for very high coverage, full coverage products, and I definitely like to keep it on the natural side. I'm going to use my Real Techniques brush to help blend that in, and I'm going to leave it to dry down a little bit. So this is just me trying to see what this product looks like. I'm going to put this on my hyperpigmentation right here and see what it does. Ideally I would color correct my areas of hyperpigmentation, but you know, this is just a demo that I'm doing just to see what this color looks like. I'm only going to apply it to 1/2 of my face because I want to be able to compare what it looks like to my natural skin. When you're blending in your foundation, make sure you blend down past your jawline into your neck, because you don't want that strong line of demarcation, especially if you're going to wear a full coverage foundation. And I, for the most part, don't put foundation on my forehead. You are free to do that. I like keeping my foundation very lightweight, very natural looking, so that's why I don't cover my entire place. And you know, you don't have to put foundation, full coverage foundation all over. Just put it in the areas that you need it. So I'm not going to add any more. Actually no, I'm going to add a little bit more right here just to see what it looks like around my nose, and then I'm going to stop adding. I really like the finish of this, even though it's matte, it's not super dry looking. I really like how this looks on my skin. So I'm going to leave it now for it to dry down. I'm going to see if I can see myself in a closer mirror to kind of tell what it looks like. Now this foundation is $34 at Sephora. It's available at Sephora's website, the Fenty website, and I believe at Harvey Nichols in the UK, in England. Definitely check the Fenty website to see where it will be sold in your area, in your country, and take a look at the entire shade range. I think it's phenomenal that Fenty continues to add to their color range, and I think the biggest thing that I have enjoyed watching or hearing about in these last few weeks is that women of color, especially black women, especially darker skinned women, can go into a store and have 4 or 5 different concealer options to look at. You know, I'm switching to the concealer because that's also part of the big launch. Like, that almost never happens with a brand. Usually you have one concealer that you can use as close to your skin tone, and then you can pick up maybe one more if you want to get more of a highlighted look. But legit, women out there kind of just going wild when it comes to concealer colors. Like, we could literally pick up 4 colors that will all work well with our skin tone depending on the look that you're trying to achieve. That is phenomenal. I am so glad that, you know, Rihanna is continuing to work on her brand and work on this collection, because I think it's showing the industry that it can be done, and it's not just to make sales, it's because we actually need these products. So I'm looking at my skin in the mirror now, and I kind of like what I see. I'm definitely going to leave it to settle in to my skin a little bit more. So far I like what I see. Looks very natural on the skin. So that's without, that's with, so that's with, that's without. So you can definitely see it has definitely mattified my skin a little bit, because you can see I have a very high shine on my skin here, which is from my heavy moisturizing, and then it has softly mattened my skin. I like the finish. I like that it's very lightweight. So I'm going to definitely leave this product on the skin to see how it dries down even more. But I like this. It is a color that I'm going to consider buying. I just want to see how it plays with my natural oils in my skin after a while and what color it changes to. So, and this is why I like buying products that lean close to neutral, because I could do neutral slightly red, neutral slightly olive. This one has a more olive undertone, so it has stronger yellow and green undertones as opposed to the 440, which has stronger red undertones, but they're not strong, so to speak. Anyway, I ramble enough. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, if you've picked up any of the newer shades, if you picked up any of the concealers or the setting powders. I actually am going to, after this, potentially film a video of some of my other pickups over the last few months that I've gotten mostly from Sephora. And let me know what you think. Let me know how you like this product. Let me know what you think about Fenty in general. Comment down below. Make sure you subscribe. Check out my email newsletter. Link will be down below as well. And I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it. So, laters.